welcome you all today. I'm just going to share a few slides to kick us off with this afternoon. So, how are you? Hello, you're warm welcome. My name is Sinead McDaid, and Anna asked me to come along today and speak about, because with the 12 days of Christmas through the Skills Net, there's a great response and some of the great entrepreneur speakers that we have on during the week, and again from our 30 under 30 initiative. It's just inspiring to see so much, entrepreneur spirit that's in Inishowen. So as Anna asked me to come along to just give you an overview of some of the enterprise supports that is available through IDP. So my name, as I said, is Sinead McDaid, and I'm an enterprise officer with IDP. So within the enterprise unit, we provide a range of supports for anybody who is considering self-employment and wants to thrash out a business idea, for those who has already made the decision to set up a business, and indeed for existing businesses looking to expand or to improve some or to upskills. Some of the supports we would provide for small businesses. First of all, we provide an individual personal action plan. So we would meet clients usually face-to-face pre-COVID. Now we're meeting them one-to-one via the Zoom platform. And really here we sit down and map out their journey, or their journey where they want to be or want to achieve, and try and kind of come up with achievable outcomes for them and help them then to achieve the outcomes. We provide a one-to-one confidential mentoring service. So first and foremost, everything is confidential between you, the client, and us, the enterprise officer. As I said, it's a series of one-to-one meetings, be that one meeting or be that 10 or 15 meetings, until we actually get your desired outcome. We provide, and this is probably one of the main one that we want to maybe get out there at the minute, is the confidential business viability advice. So for this, we kind of see yourself as a sounding board. A lot of people have a business idea that they maybe wanted to explore and think maybe it's not a goer, or, maybe it's silly, whereas we see yourself as a place to come to in order to thrash out a business idea and to explore it a bit further as a sounding board. And as I said, and Rachel's on today, the 30 under 30 initiative really is inspiring the young entrepreneurs that's out there at the minute. But hopefully that inspired other entrepreneurs in Inishowen that maybe thought, well, I had an idea, I didn't continue it through. I have another idea that, has the potential. So please do, make contact with us, and let us check out its viability. Let us ask you probing questions so you can go and back it up, and as I said, from that point of view, we kind of do see yourselves as a sounding board for any new business idea that people might have. How to conduct market research. We always see that every new business idea has to be accompanied by solid market research. And this is really only to cement the business proposal and to give the entrepreneurs maybe the confidence, because they have the data, they have the analysis back up, to kind of give them the confidence and starting their new business venture. And some people come to us and they might know, they heard of the term market research, but how do they go about it? Is it a blank sheet? As a qualitative research, as a quantitative research? They come with a blank, and every case, no two cases is the different, depending on the target group they're targeting. So we would help in order to do a market research plan and help them on the best way to start forward with that. The preparation of a business plan. This definitely is one of our most busiest services that we do, and probably the most prominent one going forward. So as anybody on here is aware, and the entrepreneurs that's on here are aware, is that a business plan is essential. Not only it can be for like a source documentation to support some funding applications, or maybe to secure finance from a loan or a credit union, but again, irrespective even of them necessities, we see that a business plan is really an essential toolkit for any entrepreneur, really, that they can reflect back on their self-employment journey and kind of see it as a plan, and they can dip in and out of, through the course, of their journey, be it 6 months down the line and a year down the line, and really that they kind of have uncovered all eventualities, and that again they're going in with their eyes wide open, and that they're 100% kind of committed. General legal things, we help with business name registration, we help with registering for income tax, different licenses that you need, pertaining to different areas of the business. We will guide you in the directions of the different legal requirements you need from that aspect. Networking opportunities. Everybody knows the importance of networking, and all our training workshops, or enterprise training workshops that I'm going to touch on the next slide. We probably see this as that we have an emphasis on networking, and that a lot of the times we have maybe between 12 and 20 businesses in the one room, if it was physical, and now at the minute it's on the one Zoom platform. But again, at the beginning of every one of our enterprise courses, we kind of give a platform for all businesses to to give an overview of this business area and to link in with each other, and that forms a basis of continual networks going throughout. But you always have to start somewhere, and our enterprise training, as I said, we always have a basis of network, and embedded into the body of that. Signposting to other business support agencies. So we do that, we refer to the local enterprise office in Letterkenny. We have Enterprise Ireland, we have microfinance, but on the full referral ecosystem, from IDP's perspective, we see ourselves on the ground. We are the people that maybe you would come to initially, as I said, to explore a business idea, and maybe to turn your business idea into a reality. So as I said, we're making that dream hopefully become a reality and progressing you on into self-employment. Once a business are self-employment, we do referral to other business support agencies on a case-by-case basis. When particular businesses present to us, and we refer them, as I said, to the local enterprise office in Letterkenny for various funding supports, or for various bespoke training programs that they're offered. Once we know that they reach the certain criteria for that funding opportunity, again, for any business that has an international focus, we would refer to Enterprise Ireland, or for businesses that need to secure funding, Microfinance Ireland, etc. So as I said, in the full referral ecosystem, IDP, we see is at the bottom, and we refer you to the various support agencies when the need arises on a case-by-case basis. One such collaboration we do regularly is one support is offered by the Department of Social Protection and Employment Affairs. So it is known as the financial support of the Back to Work Enterprise Allowance Scheme. So this scheme was really, again, it is a support by the DESP in order to help the long-term unemployed to consider self-employment as an employment option. So the benefits of this is that if you are in receipt of social welfare benefit prior to setting up in self-employment, you can apply for the Back to Work Enterprise Allowance Scheme, which means if you have a viable full-time business, you get to keep your welfare 100% in year one and 75% in year two. And a lot of the target clients that we're dealing with, that this is a great cushion or a great financial aid in order to take some of the risk out of setting up in self-employment. And so this scheme, as I said, by the DESP, we would administer this scheme, and we provide and we would do the full complete application process for any client wishing to do this, and sending over the final business plan and application to the DSP for their approval. If approved for the scheme, again, the enterprise officers and IDP provide support, weekly support for anybody that was approved on the scheme for the full 2 years. My last bullet point there, and that's the one we're kind of maybe going to take some questions on, is our range of enterprise training that we would offer. Our enterprise training now, so IDP provide a wide range of high quality training support, which are really tailored to meet specific business requirements, because this is really based on, we base it on continually doing training needs analysis. You know, after each training course, we do a training needs analysis with all our enterprise clients, and you know, from that we really act on that. You know, we actually ask the people how it can be improved, etc. So we actually we act on that, and we improve in that, and hopefully, you know, put on the courses that's actually tailored then to what the actual businesses want. So we believe whether it is whether you're starting a new business, whether you're looking to upskill or indeed enhance your existing business, we hope that we would have a training course that you might be able to tap into throughout your journey. IDP, we're lucky enough to work in collaboration with Anna in the Innovation and Assurance SkillNet to provide a full calendar of different training events for the self-employed and unassuming. Our two main core entrepreneur skills, as we said, because we're going through our ecosystem, we're coming from the bottom up. For the pre-self-employed, would be our Start Your Own Business course. So this is tried and tested for many years, and it's a very popular course. So we run this periodically 5 times throughout the year, and it's really to help engage participant. Is self-employment an option? Is that the self-employment route they want to go down? We cover everything from marketing, sales, legal requirements, what licenses is needed, the viability of the business, the promotional, the PR, and any aspect. So any really client that does that, as I said before, we will go through the initial step. One, we do your mapping, and once we do your journey plan, we really kind of try and make it as a prerequisite to do your Start Your Own Business. It really kind of reinforces that you're going in with your eyes wide open. At the end of the course, there is a small minority that may at times say self-employment is not for us, and that's okay. At that time, we go back to their mapping of their personal action plan, and maybe redirect them to other supports within IDB or CV or Job Club or other training needs section and different areas. But the other thing is, anybody that really does the Start Your Own Business, you know, the feedback is that they're really given an overview of the different areas that everybody has to contemplate and consider in self-employment. Our other mandatory course, as I said, that we recommend and one of our core entrepreneur programs is the Easy Bookkeeping for small businesses. Do we recommend you need an accountant? Yes, 100%. And none of us is an accountant, and any entrepreneurs out there, they can't wear every hat. As you know, you're the salesperson, you're the marketing person, you're the PR person, and a lot of times, folks, you can't be you're an accountant as well. So yes, we do recommend that you have an accountant, but we do recommend that you take ownership of your books and records. So, you know, this course is tried and tested with our high quality trainers over the years, and we kind of have it down, we kind of have it streamed now to really a practical workshop and keeping your books and records, that you can articulate really your ingoings and your outgoings and your sales on a weekly, monthly basis, and that you're handing over to your accountant then to do your final returns if the needs be. So there are two main core programs. So for anybody out there that is, again, has an idea and they want to thrash it out, as I said, we are the sounding boards, and they're the two pre-enterprise courses that we would recommend clients do, and hopefully progress you into self-employment after you have an overview after core programs. Other areas, as I said, we hope to do, and a lot of them in collaboration with Innovation and Assurance SkillNet. This year, we have one of our other core sections is the digital marketing training. Everybody knows the importance of our social media and our digital marketing and our PR presence. So under that section, we're going to cover, we have social media training, we have our Facebook for business, we have our Instagram for business, really understanding your digital mix, how to sell online, developing your integrated PR campaign. And lastly, the video production and multimedia. And again, I know Anne and them, they are running a taster workshop on that next Monday, which is an excellent workshop. If you haven't already booked on, you get a chance. And hopefully, if you like the taster session, you'll be able to get more in-depth workshop on it next year through our training calendar. Other areas under enterprise engagement and support, and a lot of this can be for pre-startup, but a lot of this, you know, we're maybe aiming at for people that is really self-employed. So it is the small businesses. We do a ROS online and how to submit your own tax return online, which is October every year. We have Canva training in order to help do your own PR campaigns and do your own PR backdrops. Essential HR, basic taxation, successful tendering, sales workshops, customs with the Brexit looming, etc. So and really, as I said, you know, we continually do our training needs analysis after ever, and you know, be it that these are some of the core programs that we do and a flavour of some of the workshop that will change on a periodically basis because we base it on demand, and if there's needs, you know, and in the particular area, we would hope to deliver it and provide an enterprise training course that would hopefully answer your needs and tailor it to that. So really, folks, just in relation to the training aspect, you know, it's just the end of my slides. As I said, you know, no idea is silly. Please, we are really the sounding board. We are on the ground. So if anybody, you know, as I said, the 30 under 30 initiative hopefully inspired a lot of young entrepreneurs out there, or entrepreneurs irrespective of the age. If they have any idea and they would like to thrash out their business idea, please don't hesitate to call, you know, drop in an email and we'll set up a one-to-one or a telephone conversation, or indeed drop us a line and we can. And alternatively, any of the training courses, we will have it up throughout, we'll have it out on all our social media platforms. But any of the training programs that you would like to, you know, tap into or more information on, you can, as I said, drop us an email and we'll give you the course content and anything in relation to that. So that was just a wee quick overview of some of the enterprise supports that we have at offer. Is there any questions at this stage? I think you're muted there, Anna.
The word of the year, isn't it? You're on mute. For this, our 30 under 30 cohort, what we are planning to put in place is a network of, yes, the list, but we've also got 5 others who have joined that 30 as well in the last couple of days. So to find out what they need, what they want, and what can help them to move their business forward. And you know, what we've agreed is that we'll be doing this in collaboration with Enterprise at IDP. So to make sure that you get all of the enterprise supports, but you also can drive forward what you need on as a young entrepreneur in a showing. So that's really where we're going at. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, as we continually say, you know, we at IDP, we kind of do pride ourselves and, you know, and trying to bring what the people want as opposed to just putting up, you know, a static program. So, you know, when Anna's great initiative, the 30 under 30, and we really hope to build on, you know, this maybe, you know, academy throughout the year. And we hope that we will maybe begin by asking yous, because a lot of yous are all established businesses, you know, it's maybe establishing what training gap you feel that there is a need. And so, as I said, we'll initially process it by a training needs analysis from that point of view, and hopefully try and identify appropriate bite-sized programs that you can all tap into that'll, you know, even strengthen your current business success.
So Kevin, can we invite you to tell us a little bit about the hub and what the plans are? And I hear there's great news this morning as well about the schools. They've secured the site for the 3 schools in Mulgrana.
The CPO, yeah. I've just dropped into the chat a YouTube link just as a walkthrough video of the development's going to happen in Buncrana. I didn't want to run it through there today because it lags a little bit and it takes up about 4 or 5 minutes. So you'd end up looking at me and staring
No
at a
problem.
screen. So that's just for that. So again, thank you for Sinead and to Anna for inviting me along. The enterprise support side of things is absolutely brilliant, and what ITP and Anna are working on there throughout the show, I have to say, is testament to that area. And I suppose what we're coming in to work alongside is the development of what we call the Digital Innovation Hub in Buncrana. Just to give you the physical where it is, it's the old Town Centre Council building on St. Orange Road. There will be a new renovation completely out the back of it. Those works are going to start now in early new year. And what we'll end up with then is hopefully a really good sort of culture of a kind of a feeling of a building. And our focus is going to be on the tech innovation. So it is all about enterprise. We all know that everything now is driven technology-wise, digital-wise, and our focus will be to sort of service that market. So encouraging tech startups, encouraging businesses who are already in the tech field within Inishowen, and encouraging people who are in the tech sphere but want to relocate back and move back or have some connection with Inishowen. So there's two elements to what we're trying to do. One is the physical element, which is the physical building, and it will contain, when it's finished, about space for 60, 70 people. And that will be anything from somebody who wants a hot desk for a day to a dedicated desk to co-working space, collaboration, innovation supports, private office. And we will also have space for what we call an NMO, or landing space for, say, a larger business who isn't within the Inishowen area that wants to even come in and try it out for a while. So that's the kind of build up that we're trying to do with that. On top of that, I work very closely with Alexis, Sinead and Anna, and together sort of with a 3-year innovation program. So it's really a cluster development of an ecosystem from the bottom up to the top across the board. So what we're trying to do is give the best platform to enterprises, anybody across the sphere who wants to set up a small enterprise. I'll be focusing on the digital end of it and digital innovation, but that kind of sphere that anybody can get the access to these services locally wise and can live and have that work-life balance and achieve their life goals within Inishowen and attract people back into the area. So to give you an example, even with COVID, it has hit a little bit, but I know already I'm working with a number of tech digital businesses. One person's moved back from Manchester, from London, living in Inishowen at the moment, and has set up only because I worked in this industry, me and him can talk about it, but it would sort of bore the pants to you. But it's based on blockchain technology. And I think it's got massive potential across different sectors and different areas that he's looking at. There's another business who's actually set up a digital training platform business within Buncrana itself. And again, this person's working on a worldwide basis, training digital entrepreneurs and marketing sort of things on it. There's another business who has established with us last year within Inishowen. And if you've heard this person, and I've seen their platform, and I'm not that technically minded to say yes, it's definitely going to, but this person thinks he's got a platform that could actually mirror or take on Slack. And we all know Slack was sold for $26.7 billion the other day. So if that's a goer and it gets anywhere near it, then good luck to that person. And he's put an awful lot of time and effort into it. As well as existing tech businesses, I know of some who are already living and working within Inishowen, and I'm working with those people as well, looking for those businesses to expand and to create space and to create employment as well. So this was all prior to COVID-19. COVID-19, I think, has changed the landscape probably a slightly bit in our favour in regards to enterprise and to Inishowen in particular, because now we're seeing a lot of people looking to move back to the area. So previously, maybe like working with like IDB or IDA and Enterprise Ireland, you're looking at attracting businesses back and having that infrastructure. Now we're in a very lucky situation. All we have to do is attract the person back because they're bringing the job back with them. So I know people who's come back from America who's lecturing. I know people come back from even as close a field as Letterkenny that don't want to travel anymore, that commute out of it. So our premise will give space for those businesses to either start up, to survive, to develop. We'll provide mentoring, we'll provide the innovation tech support with them, and working closely with the likes of IDB and Leo and IDA, like there's an advisory board set up for this as well. Just to say, I'm the innovation manager. The company I work for is called Donegal Digital Innovation Company. It's actually set up, it's owned by Donegal County Council, and we're funded by Donegal County Council and Enterprise Ireland. So it's set up outside the realm of the Donegal County Council, but it's owned by that. And I like the flexibility and the speed that we can respond to things, because that's important in the marketplace. So the 3-year innovation support is building together that ecosystem. So in essence, I think if we all boil down what we're trying to do, is we're trying to encourage more Indigenous SME startups. If we took all the wrappers off all the programs, all the supports we do, I think the main thing is we're trying to do is to try and encourage and develop our Indigenous SMEs, and the high potential ones within that, the ones that are going to develop and create jobs over a long term. So digital tech sphere has offered greater diversity to the current sectors within Inishowen. It'll also increase the level of the economic development of the GVA or average wages, and will also hopefully create a hotbed of activity and innovation that will ultimately, and we're not talking this is going to happen 6 months, a year. These things, if you do it properly, will take 5, 10, could be 15 years. But we're trying to develop that system within Inishowen that it is the place of choice for setting up a business. The supports will be there, the innovation supports will be there, the physical supports will be there, the soft supports will be there in regards to, we have very good broadband connectivity. I haven't come across anybody who said that it's any different at the moment, and that's been developed upon as well. Our premise will have a 1 gig broadband capacity, so it's as fast as you can get. And we are looking at encouraging with other property developers or other premises that's out there, stimulating more supply and demand. So as we build the confidence, and it's already happening, because there's a few places I've seen. I know that Karen Dunn developing their digital creative hub up there, which I think is a brilliant thing. And again, I think one of the key things that we work together as all agents in regards to even IDP and with Sinead's time, is that we're not duplicating anything. We all have a space, but we're working together collaboratively on this. And I think that's the key message to get across, is that we're collaborative working on this. Now, we're not getting everything right. We're not getting everything wrong either. And we will develop and grow as that takes forward. But I think it's so encouraging to see what's happening. The 30 under 30 is brilliant. I wish I was 30 under 30.
We all do.
But I'm not anymore.
Rachel, you're
I don't know what. I don't know what level. I don't know what level I fall into anymore.
But definitely, Kevin, can I just reiterate? Definitely in relation to we are working in collaboration work. A lot of people, as I said, even coming to yourselves with a business idea and premises and having a high street presence can be a cost for a big startup.
Absolutely.
Like that. So having a hot desk, they might only need office space 1 day a week, or be it a full time, but having that. It really will be instrumental to Inishowen and having more localized businesses at Inishowen. So 100% the referral system will be two-way over and back from us folks.
Can I just invite Rachel? Rachel Donaghy is on here, and we talk about all of the new business and everything else, and the 30 under 30. But the thing about it is, a lot of the businesses like Rachel's are the people who are going to support everybody in work. So having the right childcare provision and everything else. So Rachel, I really put you on the spot by asking you to just give us just a little bit about your business and what's your vision for your business going forward.
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for inviting me on. A huge thank you for the 30 under 30. It's I'm really delighted to be on it, to even be recognised, especially among so many other young businesses. It's really good, it's really inspiring. And even to be aware of these new kind of topics and all brought to me as well, it's kind of opening my way to the world that wee bit more to business and trying to see how I can go forward. So basically, I have started this preschool in September 2017. I was on maternity leave, I left the job. I wanted to try create something that was a wee bit more flexible for me and my family. we always had this idea, and in partnership then with my father, who gave us the premises and stuff. We did a lot of investing in. We started off with 6 children. With preschool as well, there is a huge intense regulations, building wise, paperwork wise, and whatnot. So we weren't even sure if we were allowed to open with just the 6 kids, especially when we were in new facilities. But we pushed forward, and here we are here now with new renovations, which have just been completed for September. So over lockdown, we have been painting and decorating and getting everything organised. We can now cater up to 66 children. We are now at part-time daycare, and hopefully in the future we aim to be a full-time daycare for the children and families. Even myself, I hope to push on with my own studies and maybe do play therapy sessions. Things like this here, we want to kind of do it as a community support as well as family support. So that's my main goal, but we're just taking it step by step and seeing how we get on. It's very busy, especially with the COVID and things, but no, things are going well, and we're just taking one day at a time, really.
That's brilliant. Well done. And you know, definitely the 30 under 30 have been so inspiring of the, you know, the activities that they've taken on. So it is, and we, you know, it's all needed businesses and support. So it's good to be able to link you with Sinead and with Kevin, and also Mary and Aisling are here as well. So when you go to all your recruiting starting, they'll always, you know, the support's there, just it's reaching out to IDP.
It's great facilities, because like it could be sometimes like a fish out of water when it's all completely new. You're just basically learning as you go along, but to know that those supports are there behind you is amazing. And even to have those supports behind you, even to strengthen your business and to develop your own personal development, things like that there, you know, it's just being aware that that's there is great. So it is.
And even Rachel, it's just, you know, it's just so refreshing to hear your own story, you know what I mean? Because, you know, as Anna said, you are inspiring so many young people out there that, you know, maybe have an idea and, you know, think, you know, do they have the backing or the, you know, the financial? But as you say, there's a lot of, and it's just unaware, you know, there's a lot of maybe supports out there that you can tap and then the 30 under 30 initiative is, you know, is the proof that, you know, that it does work, as you say. It is a lot of hard work and a lot of dedications, but I'm sure now when you're out the other side, there's a lot of rewards as well, Rachel.
This is it, and it's talking to people, which I have done, like doing my research, is talking to other people and seeing how they started off, and like, is it worth the risk, and how you're managing finances, accountants, regulations. Like I said, that was all completely new to me, and we learned as we go along, but definitely talking to other people will be a huge benefit for anybody starting up any business.
But just to touch upon that, Rachel, and brilliant to see that as well. Even the sort of focus that we have on the digital tech end of it, we're developing a new website at the moment, and part of it will be our business is branded now simply as the II, which is Innovation Innovation, also stands for Inspiring Imagination. Eventually, we hope it's known just as the II. So like every brand, we'll develop that brand, and if you look at Nike, they just go with a tick now. So we're known simply as the II. But part of it what I'm pushing forward with regards to, and we're developing a new website at the moment, is called II Life, and that is where somebody wants to come back into the area. What's the childcare like? What's the schools like? You know, what's this like? And that's an important element what we're doing, because anybody and from previous experience of this, of operating a specialist recruitment business and attracting people back into Northern Ireland and Southern Ireland, I know the demographic of people are 28 to 40 years of age, and most of them come back for quality of life and family. So having that infrastructure there, and having that, the first thing somebody will ask, what's the schools like, or what's the quality of childcare like? They're not necessarily worried about the job, but they'll look at that going, this is all part of it. So we're trying to dot every I and cross every T, and it's great to have that. Just to say, maybe from my end of just one final wee thing, hopefully we'll have interim premises at the start of New Year's. We're closing our current site down, and you'll hopefully see the construction start as you drive past there, which is good, and it has been delayed because of COVID, so our hands have been tied a little bit, but so hopefully have interim premises. But one thing I'd like to say, just from a hub awareness perspective to anybody that's local, we all have family, friends, and cousins and aunties and uncles and people who've moved away. is just let them be aware. But remote working now is a massive, massive opportunity, I think, for Donegal and the show in particular. And the more that we can attract people back into the area, and they know that they have the infrastructure there, the schools there, the quality of life is everything there, and they've got the working facilities, the likes of maybe a co-working hub ourselves or Karen Dunner or somewhere else, just to say, look, what's happening. There's so much great things happening. It's all. I'm not from Inishowen originally. I don't even live in Inishowen. But I have to say, as real testament and very much to what Sinead even said and Anna's doing, the on the ground side of things is so important, and the feelers that's put out there. But then having the network and the platform to take that forward, so that for yourself, Rachel, you're getting the right level of support. You're going from A to B as quick as possible, rather than from A to X, Y, and Z around the block, and that's not what we want to do, encouraging anybody in business. My job's totally like Anna's and Sinead's, is to try, and Mary as well, is to try and encourage people. Here's the easiest way, the platform that you can get to what you want to do. And testament to anybody who goes out in business, I'll give you a short anecdote. I set up my own business when I was 34, and my dad is such a risk-averse person who comes from an old farming background. I'd left my job, which was a very well-paid job, and I was up in business. I'd started business, and my business was up and running for 6 weeks before I told him. So he couldn't say, don't do it. So anybody who said to me, and I all my whole career, I've been dealing with people, either my own business, running businesses, encourage people to set up business. When's the right time? The right time is now. Forget about it. Do it now. And it's amazing the amount of support that's out there to help and support you to do it once you decide to go down that route. But what we're trying to do is to try and streamline all of that, is to make sure that you're not running from pillar to post and lost, going, where do you go and get this help or support or mentor? And that's something we're, all of us collectively are trying to develop over the next while, that hopefully somebody could come to me or come to Sinead, and we'll go, right, you need to go to Sinead, Kev, or Sinead goes, you need to go Kevin to speak that. He knows exactly what support you're looking for, from a tech end or business end of it or finance end of it, and that's really what we're trying to achieve.
A good strong roadmap,
Yeah, absolutely.
And probably there, Kevin, as you said, there is so many supports, and it's showing that, as you say, it's it's getting it out there, and it's probably even fitting today that we're delighted that in collaboration with the Village Pod, just launched today, which is a shop local campaign in order to help support shop and local of the existing businesses. So we were delighted. We were working trying to get the Village Pod app based in Inishowen, and it just was launched today, which enables us now to even, the lot of supports out there is even to give back to a lot of the businesses now in Inishowen. It is an online app where you can buy your digital cards and your digital gifting and support the local businesses over in Inishowen. So as I said, we were delighted that Inishowen is only maybe the second one to be rolled out. So again, it just reinforces that everything is in Inishowen, the infrastructure is there, the businesses there. It's just us, getting behind our local businesses now and trying to strengthen that and go from strength to strength.
Can I just ask Rebecca or Christine, is there anything you wanted to ask questions on, or is okay? Yeah, all good.
Yeah, sorry, I have a question there for Kevin. You mentioned blockchain. That would not be boring to me. I've actually looked into it over the last couple of years and realized how important it is for the future coming in. Will you be doing any, for the likes of other people, would you be doing any talks or anything on that to create more awareness?
Yes, Christine, a great question. That is part of what we do. Is we have a wrap around sort of events, seminars, training, that kind of thing as well. So I worked, as I say, with Anna and sort of developing or saying, basically what we do is you do that, we'll do this, and so that there's no duplication. So certainly, yes, it's something that we're looking at doing. We have developed a sort of like a hub managers network throughout Donegal for whole of remote working. We've also set up a chapter for Grow Remote for Donegal. There's a now Northwest Cybersecurity chapter set up as well. And so the likes of those technologies, there is a new program which I helped get. I work very closely with an organisation called EarnAct, which is part owned by Donegal County Council, and they have secured funding for a new program called Innovation as a Service. And that will be part of sort of the rollout of that, and that'll happen now probably early new year as well. So we'll be running events on IoT, blockchain, those kind of new technologies that are emerging, because even though I try to keep my finger in the pulse of some of it, I'll be honest, half of it goes over my head, and it's changing all the time.
Things
And
move so fast. Yeah.
this is one of the difficulties. This is one of the difficulties that businesses are facing, is that the technology, if you go back 10 years, this technology didn't even exist. Bitcoin's been existing 10 years, and if you're into Bitcoin, then the sad part of it, the guy, and it goes to show you what had to happen. He went and bought a pizza with 44,000 Bitcoins. But if he didn't do it, Bitcoin wouldn't have existed. So, and you're talking $17,000, $18,000 now per Bitcoin. So the technologies for my end of it, and that's part of what we're doing, is that it's moved so fast that we're trying to break that down a little bit on it, and the innovation as a service, where even somebody who's in man head or engineering business that want access, we'll be doing VR kind of stuff through 4.0 factory, edge computing, blockchain technology. The blockchain technology is so diverse. It can go into any sector. The guy who's doing with the business that I know aware of at the moment is sort of traceability within used oil markets. But that can be used in any kind of sector, believe it or not. And I think that as the technology develops and the uses of it. So in a short way to answer, Christine, yes, we will be doing it. Probably it will be maybe end of maybe the middle of 2000, and maybe middle of next year. But certainly we'll be putting on those kind of events and bringing experts in and talking through it. Because the technologies, it's grown that much now that I think the biggest development of any of this is actually getting to a point where there's no code platforms. So at the moment you have to be a coder, you have to, be a software developer. We're now moving to a sphere where me or you, there'll be platforms built that we can use those technologies without having to be able to understand them as such. And I think that's the next big massive kick on, because somebody's got a business like yourself, Christine, or myself, and I'm going, I know I need some kind of digital technology and I don't know what to do or where to go. Yes, we can help you and support you, but the way it's going to go is that there'll be no code. It's called no code. So you'll be able to sort of nearly pick and choose like of a platform, and that'll be built in to what you're looking at doing. So that's how quickly these things will develop and move. But it's such an interesting, it's machine learning, robotics, AI, believe it or not, AI's artificial intelligence is only at its very, very infancy. It's called weak AI at the minute. Once they get into sort of strong AI, and then we've got the sci-fi one, which is where we think people will be running about themselves and doing everything, and that probably will never happen. But so the changes are ongoing, and that's part of what we're trying to do is to work with those kind of businesses. More importantly for ourselves is to use maybe local businesses who are doing this to show that it can be done. And that's part of what I'm working with some of the tech businesses. Say, look, you don't have to be in San Francisco. You don't have to be in Israel to do cybersecurity. The possibility is here now, and for us to promote the local people who are doing that and the businesses that are there. Like there's a lot of businesses out there. There's one person I come across, I hadn't met them in 15 years. Didn't even think they were in a show and still. They were English originally, and they set up their own business 5 or 6 years ago. Amazing business. It's called McDaid Media. If anybody wants to have a look at it, a lady called Susan Johnson, based in Caldaff. Nobody be aware of it, and it's a fantastic business. Digital online training business. So those businesses are out there, and that's what we're trying to do with it, is to work with those. I find it so important, and I would say most people agree, that we can try and get a local connection to say, look, here's somebody doing it. They are local, and they're doing it on a global basis, or they've access to it on a global basis. It makes it more real for me as a person, for myself, to say, that.
That was one of the points that Mary McKenna brought up yesterday was, just ask the question. You know,
Yeah.
if you've got it in your head, ask the question, somebody will be able to give you the answer. And hopefully, you know, from IDP, the people, you know, there's such a wide range of support under that roof that some one of us is going to know the answer, you know what I mean? And hopefully, or if not, we're going to be able to signpost them out. So that's brilliant. Everybody, thank you so much. That was jam-packed. The video will be live on our 12 Days of Christmas. So for anybody who didn't get a chance to jump on today at lunchtime, they'll be able to catch up then later on. So Sinead, anything else you want to add before we finish up?
No, you've it all summed up, folks. If you, as Anna already said, reiterate, if you have any questions at all in relation to any section with IDB or enterprise, or to link in with Kevin, just drop Anna or myself an email, and we'll put you in the right directions with this or sections, or refer you to the particular agency that can help you.
Yeah, and the rest of the 12 Days of Christmas are up. The social media with Meg on Friday is almost booked out. And she's called Magnificent, great name for a business, but she is very, very good. If your socials are running you, it's time you definitely jumped on with Meg, and she'll show you how to make sure that you get some time back. And Aisling and Mary, you're going to give us some information on Thursday regarding the job club and what's available there. So the inishonskillnet.ie will give you details on the rest of the programs. So again, thank you. And Rachel, again, well done. And I'll be talking to you very soon. Okay. Thanks, everybody.
Okay, thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye. Bye.
Thank you.